You know, in manufacturing, like so many aspects of society these days, it's all about software. It's about apps, it's about mobile devices, it's about pushing information to your pad, your tablet, even your cell phone. I'm with Christine Hansen. She's Senior Manager for Product Marketing at Epicor Software Corporation. And Christine, when we think of ERP in manufacturing in particular, I think there's a disconnect between folks who are manufacturing engineers who are sort of hands dirty, on the floor production managers, and the front office people that we perceive are the ones who really benefit from modern software. But I understand that's not quite the case.
No, in fact, we're seeing more and more applications that are being developed for mobilization, not only in terms of the ability to be more traceable on the production floor, but also the ability to be more responsive and have information in the hands of engineers, as well as production personnel, to enable them to be more productive.
Christine, a typical example I can think of are changes. In standard design, of course, we used to say about a print going through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, and so on. And there's historically a time lag between implementing a change at the front end, at the office, and actually getting those parts altered on the shop floor. Now, is software one way we could sort of compress that time lag, or get the...
Right. So one of the old way of doing it was to reprint the job ticket or to reprint the ticket, and now I have several versions of that floating into the plant, which is one paradigm and challenge in and of itself. But by using electronic systems and mobility, I'm able to take that change and deliver it onto the production floor much more efficiently and in real time as products are actually being produced.
Now, it's historically, machine tools are a case in point. Most modern production machinery uses some kind of an updated PLC. There's a computer control, and it's quite common to blue wire, to Ethernet connect an entire factory to sort of a central controller or a central station somewhere, design office, front office. But we're moving into a mobile age now. We expect to do all these things wirelessly. Now, what's the advantage of going wireless versus the conventional hardwired system?
Just the ability to change, the ability to move our equipment to where it needs to be and to re-engineer, reconfigure very quickly and efficiently. Wireless in and of itself, while it can be challenged because wires drop periodically, the benefit is just the simplicity of being able to enable that change.
Now, it's one implication of wireless, of course, is I don't have to be in the plant to actually monitor what's going on at this point. Where's the low-hanging fruit? Who's going to benefit most from this? Would it be the design team in the front office, the CAD/CAM people at the front? Is it the production manager on the shop floor? I mean, who's going to benefit most from pushing information to a portable device?
It's really all of the above, right? We're seeing true changes in terms of efficiency and being able to change design and react to problems or issues that we're finding from a quality perspective, perhaps, as well as the ability to enable the plant floor and the office, and the front office. A salesperson has more access to information as they're talking in front of the customer than they ever have had before. And we're really enabling that with some of our mobile and social solutions that we're developing.
Christine, the tendency now is to try and eliminate work in process, eliminate warehousing, eliminate stock units at all, if at all possible. So in a perfect world, of course, we build to order, and then we simply build one device from raw material to delivery there and have nothing else going on in between. That's an impossible dream. But to what extent can using ERP software, can you reduce that amount of money tied up in the center of the operation?
You have better operational visibility of what's there and what's being worked on. You can actually improve upon your throughputs by enabling the efficiencies of knowing what's been completed and what hasn't been completed. You can also use mobile capabilities in particular from an inventory perspective to know at the point of production, at the point of activity, what has actually been consumed from an inventory perspective, so you're more efficient within the business.
Tell me how you would roll out your Epicor product, for example, in a medium-sized manufacturing operation.
We have, within Epicor, we have our own implementation consultants that would enable you. We have a complete Epicor University training program for your employees. But we really come in and we look at your business and your business processes and do business process review as part of the implementation cycle, so that we can ensure that not only are you deploying new technology, but you're doing it in a way that re-engineers or helps the business see where their processes are and be more efficient as a result.
Would you automate the entire process across the entire plant, or would you roll it out sort of department by department?
It depends on the priorities of the business, obviously. We look at, that's obviously number one in terms of how we approach things. But we are an end-to-end system, so when you start shipping things, they are naturally invoiced very easily. And so you look at how that comes into play in terms of how we build it out. We do have certain components that are typically tagged as a phase 2 implementation. We look at higher levels of scheduling, for example. Perhaps you might have a higher level manufacturing execution or a quality system that you want to make a phase 2, for example. Those are some of the things that we look at from that perspective.
Now, you've rolled your product out amongst several manufacturers. You've given several examples in your presentation. It's what sort of productivity improvement or percent gain in sales? What's the metric? How do you gauge how much better you are post-implementation?
Well, each manufacturer is obviously going to have their own metrics that they develop, and it's really what those key performance indicators are for the business itself. Typically, you're looking at, you mentioned work in process, how much work in process you have across the business. You're going to look at the efficiency of the employees and employee efficiency, not only in terms of production, but how efficiently from the point of order through to shipment, what does that lead time look like after the fact, after you've implemented an end-to-end ERP system? And for many manufacturers, they've seen significant improvements in those areas.
And how much time should a plant, for example, an operation, allocate from start to finish to get the system up and running, get it rolling?
It's going to depend on the resources that you can dedicate to it, certainly. But we're looking at, anywhere from and depending upon the size of the business, the number of orders that you're using, the complexity of your processes, it could be anywhere from, say, 3 to 6 months up to, well over a year that it takes to bring this new re-engineered solution into your business. So it is change, and change does, create new disruption, but it's an important thing that a lot of businesses need to prepare themselves for the next stage of where technology is taking them. And when we look at what's happening from a cloud perspective and how systems are being increasingly connected, we're looking at connected ERP systems. It's really enabling new levels of complexity.
The future of manufacturing ERP is connected and wireless, according to Christine Hansen of Epicor.